Look, incredibly tough game. It doesn't matter whether you play here in Kakamega or we play back in Nairobi. We know that when the two teams meet, it's an incredibly physical, it's an incredibly competitive game. I think overall a draw is probably a fair result. You know, neither goalkeeper has made too many saves. You know, Kevin Amondi for us has made one or two. Farouk has made one or two for them. So there's not been lots of clear-cut chances. Both teams have fought tooth and nail for every ball. There's been little periods where we were on top and forced them to defend. There was other periods where they were on top and were forcing us to defend. I thought Kennedy Onyango and Joshua Onyango were really strong at centre-back today. But yeah, overall, I think it points a fair result. And look, a lot of teams will come out here west, come to Kakamega and go home with nothing. So that point will feel like more than a point come the end of the season, I'm sure.
Well, a very physical encounter here, if you may say. What, in your opinion, as a coach, does this go down to? Because the game has been seriously a physical game. At one time, it was a fight. Sometimes we think it's wrestling. Just, is it good for football?
It's always a physical game here. Look, there's certain stadiums all around the world that you know when you go to, it's going to be a physical encounter. In England, you go to play Millwall away, you know it's going to be a tough physical encounter. You come here, it's going to be a tough physical encounter. You know that. There's not one way to play football. You know, there's many ways. You can play like Ajax or you can play like Burnley. It doesn't mean one is better than the other, it just means they're different. So we knew what we'd face here. We know that Kakamega used their home advantage very well. You saw that with their result last week against Tusker. So we knew what we were in for. It wasn't a surprise. But I think we said this after the Lindsay game. If teams want to have a physical encounter, we can have a physical encounter, that's no problem. But if teams want to come and play, if we've got a nice surface to play on, then we'll go and play. So it's about picking up the points, and we're pleased with a point today.
Singling out Ernest Wendo today, he was outstanding in midfield. He actually had to cut a lot of attacks, a lot of moves, and he's not been playing regularly, but today he's really come out so strongly. In your opinion, as his coach, what would you say about that?
Yeah, look, Ernest has a huge amount of experience. Obviously, he came in when Kevin Juma came in and he got the start in the opening game of the season. We say when you're in and if you keep the shirt, then I'm not going to bench you. And so Kevin's performances were such that we didn't want to change that number 6 position. Today was a game where we felt maybe a double pivot, you know, 2 number 6s in there because of the type of direct football we knew we would encounter against Homeboyz. And yeah, I thought Ernest did really well. Obviously, you know, after around sort of 55, 60 minutes, having not played, it was important to freshen it up. And I thought Sydney Ocheng did really well when he came in, added a bit of energy. But yeah, look, when you've got the amount of experience Wendo has, and he's just been a bit unfortunate that Kevin Juma's been so outstanding since the start of the season. Because you got to remember, Wendo's a guy that played almost every minute for us last season. So we know whether he's coming off the bench, whether he's starting, that he's someone who we can rely on to do the job.
Thank you.